All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Odum. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. You had a good day yesterday, having a good day today, and we'll continue to have a great week. And yeah, what are we doing today? Well, obviously, what do we do here on the stream all day, every day, or Monday to Friday, anyways, is try to work on building ourselves, our business, our company, which is going to make us $1 million in revenue every single year. And of course, that company that we have is called Pixel, and it focuses on web design, web development. And starting next week, we are going to go 100% all in on trying to get customers and customer acquisition. And we're going to focus on two streams. Number one, well, maybe three streams. Number one, reaching out to friends and family and current acquaintances. I'm waiting. I was going to do this in the summer, but I'm waiting till September comes because that's when everyone's just back to work and back from vacation, all that kind of stuff. So that's probably the best time to reach out to people, at least I think anyways. So that's number one, reach out to friends and family. Number two, I'm going to reach out to 25 people, a minimum, every single day. And with that, reach out to about 500 people within the month of September. And those people are going to be from a list that Andrea and myself are compiling of local businesses and entrepreneurs around here that we think could possibly use our services. So we're going to do that. And then the third thing is we're going to dabble in Google Ads and trying to figure out if we can get any of that stuff to help us draw people to our business. So yeah, those are the three methods that we're going to use to try to gain some customers. And hopefully everything goes really, really well. That's what we're hoping for anyways, to get us over the hump of, over the past year, the year so far, we've generated a little over $100,000. And I think I haven't put this all out in terms of laid out goals or anything like that, but I'm hoping that next year, our second year in operation, that will reach $250,000 in revenue. And then by year three, our third year, we can reach that $1 million. That would be very, very sweet. And that's kind of what we're aiming for. Now, what I've been thinking about, and I don't know if you do this or not, but I do this every morning. I go for a walk, and it's really great for me to just think about things, think about business, think about how I want to do things, think about what I'm interested in and what my skill set is and where I'm deficient and how I could maximize the skills that I have now to, try to make as much money as I can and as much business as I can. And on my walk today, I was really thinking about more long-term goals. Like, what is my long-term vision for not only for Pixel, but even for what I want to do and what I would like to run as a company long-term. Because I've always had it in my mind that having to constantly get customers or clients that are interested in web design is not problematic, but it's always dependent on having kind of new customers kind of come in. A little bit different now because we're having it more on a subscription basis, which kind of helps with the recurring revenue there and hopefully helps with retaining customers. But I've also thought about the idea of building websites and how I know for myself, building websites is not something that I want to do long-term for the rest of my life. So I've been really thinking about how I could figure out how to expand what Pixel is doing currently to where I could end up becoming in the future and other things that I could end up doing with that. And of course, I got thinking about the components and the component library that I kind of started doing during the live stream, just kind of building out just components in Webflow that I could use to cut and paste and use that to build out websites. So then I was thinking on my walk today, and I was really thinking about, there's already lots of really great people that do component libraries, but that's not to say that I can't do it as well too. You know what I mean? Because just because one person is doing something doesn't mean that, the market is full and saturated. And I think that Webflow just has a very, very tiny percentage of the market right now. And I think that's just going to grow because Webflow is continuing to push the envelope of what's possible on the web. And it is amazing. And it's a fantastic tool. And so I think it would be a really great idea, and I would actually have a lot of fun doing this, is that I want to actually build a legitimate, like an actual full-blown component library that's completely integrated with a whole bunch of things, so people can come in, they can sign up, they can, join for free or what. I have no idea what this would end up costing, if anything at all, but just to build something where people can have access to components where it's easy to use, they can cut and paste. So anyways, a bunch of things that I could learn how to do within Webflow and other applications. And I really want to kind of pursue this. And so what I'm thinking is that the majority of my time is spent, I'm thinking I could break up the day in almost like these 4-hour chunks and 4-hour windows, where 4 hours is spent reaching out to clients and potential clients and customers. And 4 hours of my day is spending doing work on the actual stuff that I need to do for my existing clients and new clients that are going to be coming on board. And then the other 4 hours, is my free time and my open time. And that could be put towards building out this component library. So I really do think I want to do that because, number one, I think it's really good for me to keep pushing the envelope of what I can do within Webflow and keep learning and keep developing my skills in that regard. And number two, I think it'll be a really good business in the future. Like, this could really be something that could generate a significant portion of revenue if it gets to the point where these components I build are actually top notch and top quality, right? So I really want to focus on those things. So that's what I kind of thought on my walk today. And I was thinking, and the more I thought about it, I went for a 2-hour walk this morning and it started raining down. It was like pouring. I was just like soaked. It was like crazy. But anyways, even though, what was it? The weather wasn't clear. Like, my brain, I feel like it was really clear. Like, yes, this is a really good direction because, number one, it's good for me to keep working on Webflow and keep improving my skills. Number two, I need to build components and pieces anyways for my clients. And then number three, it's a way that I can share my knowledge and my love of Webflow. And again, that will help me in the future get clients because people are going to see the stuff that I'm doing, whether it's on the live stream or whatever. They're going to see what I'm doing on Webflow, right? So what I thought I would do is I'm going to set it out and we're going to create a new project here in Asana that we're going to use to do this whole thing. So we're going to create a new project and we're going to do blank one. I generally always do blank ones and we're going to call it, and I actually, pixel pieces. So maybe this project will say launch pixel pieces. Select a team. What team? What team should it be under? Okay. Is it under operations? Should it be under the growth team? I kind of have an idea of where it should go. Maybe we can make a new team. And yeah, list. Okay, let's continue. We'll start adding this. Okay. Oh, add these time-saving features. Effort, define priorities. No, thank you. Okay. I feel like this has changed a little bit. Okay, so we want to launch. So these are tasks that we need to complete in order to launch, right? So maybe a target, pixel pieces. We're going to put this, because it's part of pixel, we're going to put it purple. Okay. So what we have a few different phases I think we're going to need for this project. We need the planning phase, we're going to need the design phase, and we're going to need the development phase. Okay. So the first thing, is this, I could zoom in a little bit more. And then I actually want to also put in milestones. Okay. Complete final sketches of each page within the application. And that is going to be a milestone. Okay. So with the planning phase, I need to, what do I need to think about first? I want to know how the whole application is going to operate. Okay, I need to know how users are going to flow through the application. Actually, this is going to be, you're going to come here. All right. Determine the, I'll need to determine the tech stack that you will use to build. All right. Need to determine function. Let's see. You will need to build. No, you will. Okay, we need functionality. Yep, that makes sense. Just close this. So this is going to be the last one. And we're going to say, I want to get this done in like 2 months. Yeah, that might be pushing it, but if we can try November 1st, would that be a good day? Let's try October 6th, or November 6th. And we'll say likely be a beta version, but fully featured and functional. Okay, I want to plan out all initial component pieces that you want to include in the first version. So I want that as well. So there's two actually different things that I need to do. I need to think about how to build the application itself, and I need to think about how to build the components. So building the application, and then the other one is the components. So let's do, I know what we should do here. Let's add a custom field. What do we have? So there's goal request type. Okay. We're going to create, what was I thinking? I think I want to think about the stage of like the build. So so we have sketching, designing, then we have development. I think has the planning as well, which is just kind of, so when I think of planning, that's just even what I'm doing now. It's kind of planning, but just laying things out rough on pen and paper, what have you. Sketching is actually drawing things out by hand, and then designing is actually building the things that I sketched, and then development as well too is kind of part of that. So we have planning, sketching, designing, and developing. There we go. So that's sketching. This is planning. That's planning. That's sketching. This is planning. And this is just everything. Right. So we're going to plan out initial components. So what do I need to do? I need to learn how components can be added to a clipboard. Should I do that? So basically what I'm thinking of is what I would love it so that if you're on a homepage or whatever and you're browsing around the library of all the different things that are available, all the different components, that you can just hit copy and you can copy and paste that. So that way you don't have to like visit each individual component within Webflow and then do some weird copy paste there, right? For easy copy paste. So that's also planning. So I need to know how that's done. That's important. What else do I need? So sketch out the flow. Yeah, plan out all initial. So determine how to categorize each component. Or in other words, build out a like a category structure. Is that the right word? Maybe just create component categories. Plan out initial component pieces. All right. And also determine how best to, I know, better task here. Create a document / framework for CSS class naming of elements in Webflow. So that's going to be super important. What else is going to be important that we're going to need? Is this a good place to start? I feel we're pretty good. Oh, I'm excited about this. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be awesome. Okay, what else am I missing? At least for the start, right? We're not going to be designing or building anything for the first few weeks. I don't think, within Webflow. Let's go in here for a second. Let's get... there's no puzzle pieces, eh? I just want to look for icons. Oh, jigsaw. Pixel pieces. Looks like a puzzle. Okay. And then the application. What's a good icon for that? I feel like this might even be better. Components are like pieces of a puzzle. And then application. Like construction. putting things together. What does that look like? Don't know. All right. Okay. What else do we need to initially? Like, how would I start this thing? I'm going to sit down. We're going to sit down with a piece of paper, a sketch pad, and we're going to plan out how the users are going to interact with the application, what we want the application to do. So that's sketching out the user flow, and that's with the sketching out the user flow, that's also going to be sketching out each individual pages, or maybe I'll do this as well. Sketch out maybe not sketch out, but just list each page that is going to be required in the application and the brochure as well. Okay, the application, I call the application what you call the thing when you actually log in and then you see kind of the user account and all that kind of stuff. That's the application. And then the brochure are the pages that you see when you're not logged in. So we're going to make the whole entire flow. We're going to see what the user is going to need. And then from that, we're going to figure out what we're going to need the application to be able to do, like, user accounts and all that kind of stuff. I already have a pretty good idea in my mind of what stack we're going to probably have to use for this. So we have that. And then with the functionality, we'll be able to figure out what applications we're going to need. And then we'll start sketching things out in more detail of kind of how we want the application to look. And for that, we're going to need to know how you make things that are easily cut and pastable within Webflow. So there's going to be learning the apps or maybe how to even build apps on Webflow. And that's probably going to be a later phase because that's definitely not my strong suit. But so sketching everything out. Once everything's sketched out, sketching, planning, that's kind of one and the same. Yeah, and then once we have all the wireframes, then that's great. Then we're done. So, no, I'm done. Then we're done the first part. So once we have our final sketches, then we can start designing and building, right? And then there's a question of whether we should go into Figma or not, or whether we should design in Webflow. I don't know. I could try Figma. I could learn that. Like, I'm not a Figma guy at all. I used it a few times, so maybe it's something that we could learn together, or I can do that on stream. Yeah, and then we got to figure out where we're going to build the components. If that's going to be somewhere else, or if that's going to be built within the same Webflow application. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll decide that once we get there. Okay, so we complete the final sketches. Let's put a due date for that. Let's finish that by next Friday. But I like to put things on Sunday. So by next Friday the 8th, so Sunday on the 10th. And of course that's assigned to me. I mean, they're all assigned to me. Okay, so we're going to do this one. We're going to do this one tomorrow. We're going to do this one tomorrow as well. This and this one and come on. Maybe we can figure that one out by Monday. This one is going to be a little bit more challenging. Let's put it here for now. Plan out the initial components. Let's do that one Friday. This one. Let's get that one by Friday. Determine how to categorize each component. Let's see if we can get that by Friday as well. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, this is interesting. This will be very interesting. Let me look at our Monday mission report of all the different things that we wanted to do here. The Airtable, that's going, and that's going as well too. Okay, lots to do. All right, but I like it. Launch pixel pieces. Let's take this project and let's star it. And yeah, let's put it kind of at the top because it's super important. I'm not a fan of this chess piece, but we'll find something really good for that. Or you know what we can do? We can just put, I think there's like a rocket. Because it is a launch. There we go. Or is there even anything cool like a satellite? Or something in space. Oh, we got telescopes. We got a satellite. Or satellite dish, I should say. Nothing for planets? Like planetary Earth? Compass? Like a building? Putting the bricks together? What does that look like? Oh, nope. This is like little petty stuff that, I don't know, I just like it. Not petty, but just stuff that doesn't really matter. Just makes things look nice in my Asana. I use it every day. I might as well enjoy it. So launch. So we got the rocket ship. Oh, satellite here. Oh, that doesn't look good either. It looks really bad on the dark. Kind of like this compass, finding our direction. Okay. And then once we're done all this stuff, next week we can take a look at this and we can figure out more of the design stuff once we kind of have everything kind of planned out. So tomorrow I think we're going to do a little bit, we're going to start this whole work of planning everything out. We're going to either get our pen and pencil, or we're going to go into Photoshop or whatever the case may be and just kind of hand draw stuff. And we're going to lay things out for our pieces, for pixel pieces, which is what this is going to be called. And we can't forget about the number one task, which is making sure that the newsletter for the Unconventional Mindset, all that stuff is ready to go. And we're going to keep on writing those. And that, of course, we are going to be prepared to send out emails to potential clients every single day for the month of September and then beyond, of course, after that, to make sure that we can get customers and generate revenue. So we can, be a business. All right. So that's it for today. So yeah, I'm super excited. I think this is going to be really, really good. I really want to make this into like a full-blown, like a legit application. I want to do everything right. And I want to try to not cut any corners. Sometimes you tend to cut corners when you're building things because you get lazy, not lazy, but because you get anxious because you want things to go fast or to be released at a certain time. So we're gonna take our time with this. It's gonna be ready when it's ready. Yeah, I kind of have this idea of 2 months, but we're gonna make sure that we can do things properly and put in the right amount of time to make sure that whenever this does get launched, whatever it is, even if it's for free for people to use and make build their own websites with, we want to do it right. So we're gonna make sure we do that. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And of course, I will see you here again tomorrow for another video. All right, guys, take care.